Dear children, I am going to teach lesson second in history, page number 14, Kingdoms of South India. Kingdoms of South India, Pallava, Pandya and Chola were powerful kingdoms of South India. The Pallavas ruled over the plains of Tamil Nadu there with their capital at Kanchi. They were tributaries of the Satvahans of Andhra Pradesh and become independent later. They were great patron of art and architecture. They got built the Rath temple in 9th century. The Cholas defeated the Pallavas and ended their rule. The Pandyas ruled over Madurai. They were great maritime power. The Cholas re-emerged as a great power in 8th century because of Pallava Pandya rivalry. The case of the Cholas a case study में देखें. The Cholas of medieval period are taken as Imperial Cholas. Vijayalaya founded the Imperial Chola dynasty who conquered Tanjore from the Pallavas. His son Parantak I continued the imperialist policy of his father and captured Madurai. After defeating the Pandyas, he adopted the title of Madurai Kondan, that is the conqueror of Madurai. Rajaraja I and Rajendra I were the two best known Cholas kings. Rajaraja first rebuilt the Cholas empire with an efficient administration and trade policy. He defeated the Cheras of Kerala and the Pandyas of Madurai. He also conquered the northern part of Sri Lanka and made it Cholas provinces under the name of Mumadi Cholandaram. He also conquered Kalinga, Maldives and Lakshadweep Island. He defeated the western Chalukyas as well. Rajendra first went a step further and annexed the whole of Sri Lanka. His army marched up to the Ganga river in the Pala kingdom. He adopted the title of Gangai Kondan and established a new capital town near the mouth of Kaveri river and named as Gangai Kotcholapuram. Rajendra first had the powerful naval fleet. He sent a naval expedition in 1025 AD to conquer the Sri Vijaya Empire, which include Malaya, Java and Sumatra. The Chola ruler also sent emissaries to China. They were friendly with the rulers of Shailendra dynasty of the Sri Vijaya Empire. Later the Cholas fought against the neighboring kingdoms and also faced internal conflicts which resulted in the gradual decline of their power. Chola administration. The Chola administration was highly organized and efficient. The king was the head of the government. The administration was carried out through officials who were paid land in bronze. The empire was divided into 6 mandalam provinces, which were administered by governors, usually royal princes. Each mandalam was divided into Valanadu district and each Valanad into a number of nads, village के बोलते हैं. Large town were known as Tanur. The village were administered through a system of local self-government. Ur Sabha Nagaram were the three village assemblies which played a key role in uniting the people of the village. People elect their own assemblies. The council appointed various committees for collecting revenue, maintaining law and order, and providing justice. The Mahasabha was the assembly in village given to Brahmins. Nagaram was the assembly where traders and merchants dominated. The Cholas had the powerful army made up of infantry, archers, cavalry, elephant, crops, and naval fleet. Navy was the most powerful wing of the army. The well-organized navy enabled the Chola kings to undertaking many successful expeditions. Revenue and trade. Tax on land and trade was the main source of revenue, which was used for the maintenance of the royal household, public works, salary of the officials, and maintenance of the army. Cholas ensured a flourishing trade with the Southeast Asian countries. The traders were organized into Manigramam guilds, textile species, says inventory, jewels, straw were the main item of export, while horse were imported from Arabia. Chola society. The king was the most powerful person in the society. Other members of the royal family were also very important persons. Below them were the high officials who had a position of honor in the society. The Brahmins were held in high esteem. They were provided tax-free land called Brahmadeya or Agrahara. The merchant too held a position of prestige. The upper caste dominated the lower classes and put some restriction on them. They were debarred from the entering temples and were not allowed to draw water from the village wells or tanks. The state authorities greatly promoted agriculture, art, crafts, and trade. Land surveys were undertaken and the land revenue was assessed on the basis of quality of land. There was a good system of roads and communication. Merchants were organized into guilds and carried on internal and external trade. These merchants called Chettis traded with the Arabia, Persia, China, and countries of the Southeast Asia. Many foreign merchants settled in prosperous coastal towns. Art and architecture. Cholas made remarkable contribution to art and architecture. Tanjore and Gangaitchopuram had many beautiful gardens, halls, temples, and palaces. Brihadeshwar Temple, Tanjore, built by Rajeshwar, is the finest example of the temple architecture in Dravidian style. Lofty Gopuram gateway, multi-storied Vimana, decorated with the sculpture and the huge seated Nandi. The sacred bull are the prominent characteristics of his temple. There is another massive temple at Gangaitchopuram, the new capital city built by Rajan Chola. It is called Lord Mahashiva Temple. The city was also drawn with a magnificent palace and vast article land. All these are now in ruins. The Cholas had excellent sculpture and artists too. They were masters in making images of gods and goddesses in stone as well as bronze. The Nataraj statue in bronze is an acknowledged masterpiece of sculpture. Thanks, next.